You're right, all. So obviously, as you know, it's the 75th anniversary of the Windrush generation that's coming up pretty soon, and I think it's extremely telling that, I've just seen this video of an African lad in France trying to kidnap a child off the doorstep of, like in the presence of a grandma. Literally tries to break in the house and kidnap the child. What he was going to do with the child, who knows? Thankfully, there's a doorbell there to stop, to cover what had happened, and also more importantly, there's a dog that scared him off. Now, there's a bit of a link there. So the other day, I was back home in the Midlands, and Central News was on, and it started off talking about the attack that happened in Nottingham a week ago, and it was an African lad had basically killed three white people, 3 natives to England, 3 people minding their own business. And I only really mention the ethnicity because if you remember 3 years ago, all these liberal twats and all the rest of them were kicking off about George Floyd. I don't agree with what happened to George Floyd, but George Floyd was a criminal, and George Floyd was obviously killed by white police officers, and the media honed in on that, and it sparked riots all around the world, liberal whites, black people kicking off, and also on top of that, at the end of Central News today, they obviously brought up the Windrush generation, and I thought, how telling is that? Because all the liberal media is going to do for the next couple of weeks is go on and on about the contributions brought by African immigration. Nobody was ever asked if they wanted this. Nobody was ever consulted about it. People just went ahead and did it. I think even some of the politicians didn't really know what it was all about when they all turned up. Obviously, it's the same as today's world with NGOs, George Soros types that send liberal non-government organisations to encourage these people to come to Europe with all sort of false promises. Also worth mentioning, you've got that little idiot Mizzy. I've seen he's been at it again today, breaking into people's houses. Walking into people's houses they've left open. You remember, the old saying about, you used to be able to leave your door open. Well, this is the end result of 75 years of the Windrush generation coming here. And originally the Windrush generation probably weren't that bad. They were probably law-abiding citizens of the empire. But the people coming here today are from everywhere, and that's why we've got so many problems now. We've got people coming from all over the world. Multiculturalism, multiracialism isn't a bad thing. It's just scale, and also it needs to be controlled, and we have the correct people coming here. It's just common sense, really, isn't it? But the people running the show have this delusional ideology of no borders, no genders. That's going on to a different topic, but no borders. We're all just big one global mishmash. And to go on to a different topic, I was thinking earlier, these people are absolutely perfect to be controlled. Now, these people coming here rely on the government to house them, to feed them, to water them, to give them money for general hobbies and so on. So you've got a perfect rootless importation with no allegiances to the country they've inherited, falsely inherited. They shouldn't have inherited it. And also that's perfect for kind of like a communist takeover, really. You've got a population that don't really care about history or anything, so we can wipe away all the history, all the British history, and bring in this brave new Marxist world of diversity and inclusion and multiculturalism. And as we're seeing already, we'll just say there was never such thing as a monoculture, mono-racial state of Britain. It was always multicultural, multi-ethnic, and it's a total fabrication and lie. But these people coming here won't really care, and as you can see, they couldn't care less about this country. We're just here to inherit the nice cosy lifestyle that's been built for them by us. But yeah, so just to finish on, to summarise, basically, with what's coming up with the Windrush generation celebrations, I want to point out Mizzy, what happened in Nottingham a week ago with an African bloke killing 3 white people, 3 natives to this country, minding their own business, and finally the attack that happened in France. And also worthy of mention was obviously the Syrian in France who went around stabbing a load of kids in a children's playground. So within the space of a week or two, that's very telling about the truth about multiculturalism and this path we're on, because it's only going to lead to total destruction and chaos, isn't it? And for now, that's it. Cheers.
The shop is up there. We've no money either.
We don't get paid till Friday.
We've no money till Friday. We don't get paid here. There's no cash here.
This example of migrants recently arriving in Spain.